Welcome to this explainer on IdeaPro. Today, we're going to dissect a really fascinating platform that promises to solve what is arguably the oldest, most persistent headache in corporate IT, the trade-off between speed and control. If you're an IT leader or an enterprise buyer, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You want your teams to move fast, but you absolutely cannot afford to break things. So let's explore how IdeaPro claims to be the quick and sturdy engine for enterprise IT.
Right now, if you're building business apps, you're usually stuck making a genuinely bad choice. On one hand, you've got the traditional route, right? Waiting months for costly, heavy custom development from your engineering team. On the other hand, there's the quick fix, letting your business units adopt flimsy, no-code toys that almost always mutate into a sprawling shadow IT nightmare. It's basically a lose-lose scenario.
But, what if you didn't actually have to make that trade-off? What if you could empower your teams to build at the speed of an idea without ever sacrificing the governance, data safety, and security that enterprise IT absolutely requires? What if speed and sturdiness just weren't opposites? That's the exact question IdeaPro was built to answer.
To see how they pull that off, our agenda today covers 5 key areas: the engine paradigm, enterprise governance, safe AI and data architecture, true app ownership, and finally, credibility and the hardening roadmap. Let's get right into it.
Starting off with Section 1, the engine paradigm, building apps not just being one.
To really grasp what IdeaPro is doing, we kind of need a fundamental paradigm shift. It's not just another app builder. It's a domain-agnostic engine that actually builds and runs other applications. Instead of hard-coding behavior the traditional way, it uses a visual pipeline canvas. You're literally wiring inputs, APIs, prompts, and records together dynamically. It's the engine under the hood powering whatever custom workflow your business units can dream up.
And the way they pull this off is through something called the frozen core doctrine. Now, this is a massive win for corporate IT. It means that when department managers create new workflows or pages, they're doing it without modifying a single line of the platform's core code. IT teams never have to write custom code, run risky database migrations, or do per-tool security audits just because HR spun up a new internal app. The core stays completely untouched and totally secure. Moving right along to Section 2, Enterprise Governance Built In. This is about getting serious discipline at an indie price.
So, you might be wondering, if business units are out there rapidly building their own tools visually, how on earth does IT keep absolute control? Well, IdeaPro handles this by baking enterprise-grade governance directly into its core. And we're not talking about light optional suggestions here. We are talking strict development to production deployment layers, role-based SLA inboxes for approvals, detailed audit ledgers, and an orphan asset cleanup utility that safely hunts down and removes leftover development junk. It's literally the discipline of a heavy enterprise platform baked into a fast-moving engine.
Let's look at Section 3, Safe AI and Data Architecture. Being sturdy by design.
Procedural governance is great, for sure, but a platform is ultimately only as sturdy as its underlying data model. So how do they protect your data? IdeaPro uses a schemaless, 11-table Universal Entity Attribute Value, or EAV, data engine. The crucial takeaway here is that app installations only add data rows. They execute purely as DML. They never, ever alter the database schema itself. Zero DDL. By completely preventing structural changes, IdeaPro eliminates that classic IT nightmare of database corruption. You can install complex apps all day, and your core database structure remains perfectly intact.
And obviously, in today's landscape, we have to talk about AI. For modern AI workflows, IdeaPro employs a back-end key proxy vault. This is absolutely vital for corporate security. It means you can safely distribute native AI fine-tuning loops and LLM features to your users without ever leaking your valuable OpenAI or Gemini API keys to the client's browser. The platform acts as a secure middleman, keeping your credentials locked down.
Section 4 is all about true ownership without lock-in, focusing on portable deployments.
This really leads us to the ultimate litmus test for any IT buyer. What happens if you decide to leave? Or what if you need to deploy an app to an entirely air-gapped offline environment? Unlike typical SaaS platforms that hold your operations hostage and force you to pay forever just to access your own workflows, IdeaPro gives you true zero lock-in ownership through portable, self-contained packages.
So what does that package actually look like? Well, you can export your entire custom app as a single bundle. It includes all your compiled metadata, a built-in zero-ops SQLite database, and cross-OS setup scripts for Windows, Mac, and Linux. You can run your application entirely independently of IdeaPro. You build it on their engine, sure, but you can pack it up, take it with you and run it anywhere without paying a permanent per-seat runtime tax. You actually own what you build.
Let's put this into perspective against the enterprise giants like OutSystems, Retool, or Power Apps. IdeaPro's operations footprint is incredibly light. And when it comes to self-hosting and true ownership, while others offer limited, partial, or just absolutely no true ownership, IdeaPro stands out with its portable bundle. For IT leaders, that zero-ops footprint is a total game changer for delivering truly independent solutions.
Finally, Section 5, Credibility and the Hardening Roadmap.
To trust an engine as your IT foundation, you don't just need cool features. You need proof of architectural soundness. Get this, an independent third-party assessment tool analyzed IdeaPro and gave it a stunning 9.8 out of 10 for platform architecture, along with a 9.5 for its feature set. This is a foundationally rock-solid piece of engineering.
But here's the truly wild part, and what makes that 9.8 score so staggering. This massive scope, including the visual pipeline, the universal data engine, and a runtime microservice generator, was built completely solo. It is a crazy testament to immense architectural discipline and a laser focus on building an engine that scales cleanly.
And they aren't pretending it's flawless out of the gate. There's a highly transparent, tightly scoped hardening roadmap in place. Just 7 weeks of focused execution gate a completely safe, public, multi-tenant launch that focuses heavily on security-ready microservice sandboxing. That level of transparency is exactly what enterprise IT needs to see.
So it all circles back to this core underlying thesis. If you strictly govern the engine at design time, using tools like the frozen core doctrine and that universal EAV, you empower your whole organization to rapidly ship incredibly stable runtime applications. You get the speed of no-code with the actual sturdiness of enterprise software.
Which brings me to a final provocation I want you to consider for your own IT stack. If you can have native, safe AI, robust enterprise governance, and true zero lock-in ownership all in one package, why keep paying an eternal per-seat tax on platforms you can never actually take with you? It's a question that challenges the entire modern SaaS business model, and it's exactly why IdeaPro is worth a serious look. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep questioning how you build.